Cats look to make it 2 in a row as they welcome in Vanderbilt on Saturday at 8:30 Eastern. And for a look at the Commodores, this is Opposition Research, brought to you by HKC Roofing. Disclaimer, the prospects for a Vandy breakthrough were dealt a serious setback in late November when top talent Darius Garland suffered a season-ending meniscus injury. A top 20 draft projectee, the 6'2 freshman's collegiate career potentially ended after just 5 games. During that span, the Nashvillian sparkled for his home school, posting a team-leading 16 points on 48% three-point shooting. The after effects have been felt in the 6-1-5, and although talent remains, the order is tall for the holdovers to play into the postseason. Through 14 games, the Commodores sit at 9-5, including an 0-2 start to league play. Their midweek setback in Athens featured a 17-point second-half drubbing and a paltry offensive showing, especially from 3, a la 24%. Other notable affairs include a home win via Arizona State, the only W remotely close to credible, plus a trio of losses in the post-Garland era, including a 10-point setback to Ole Miss in the league opener. An inability to close out games has been the constant theme. After sustained success at all levels with his alma mater, Bryce Drew is 1 over par at Vandy as he tees it up inside year 3. The Valpo alum is forever intertwined in hoops lore for his shot in the '98 tourney, and his Crusader card is spectacular. Second all-time leading scorer, 2 conference MVPs, and a first-round NBA draft pick, plus 3 Conference Coach of the Year nods, including a pair of tournament trips. Since relocating to Nashville, the Valparaiso native is 40-41, with the NCAA preceding a historic 20-loss campaign. Without Garland, Drew's crew has been led by reigning SEC Freshman of the Week, Simi Chatou. The 6'10 Canadian is amongst the league's top players and is Vandy's leading scorer and rebounder at 15-8. A future first-rounder in his own right, Chatou has started every game with a 21-point outburst opposite Ole Miss, his top performance. Saban Lee is option 1 in the backcourt and returns as a full-time starter. The 6'2 sophomore is VU's top table setter with 3.5, adjacent to a dozen points per. However, with the attrition, defenses have locked in on the Phoenix lad, and 17% three-point shooting has been the result. Lee shows a 23-point season high with 72% free throw shooting. The Doors' lone senior, Joe Toy, has stepped up his play and is good for a career-best 11 points with 4 caroms. The 6'7 swingman has started all 14 games and has seen his production rise with the increased time. Toy exhibits a solid mid-range game and converts 46% from the floor. Not to be confused with the Falcons' quarterback, Notre Dame transfer Matt Ryan is good for 11 a showing, which was boosted by a 19-point effort against UNC Asheville last month. The 6'8 sharpshooting junior boasts 38% from 3 and a team-leading 81% from the charity stripe. Yanni Wetzel factors in as well. The 6'10 junior climbed the hill at D2 St. Mary's and set out last year. On the campaign, the New Zealander tallies 6 points in 16 or so minutes. A quartet of Doors fill out the rotation. Former Gatorade South Carolina Player of the Year Aaron Nesmith, backcourt understudy Maxwell Evans, plus Syracuse export Matthew Moyer and wide-bodied Cleavon Brown. In most classes, the 6'6 Nesmith would have been the crown jewel. In 20-plus minutes, the Charleston native boasts 8 points and 6 rebound averages, as well as a door-best 83% from the foul line. Evans started 15 games last season, but has been a full-time reserve in his sophomore year. The 6'2 guard provides 6 points a night with 16 v Savannah State, his top figure. After a late arrival, Moyer received NCAA clearance, contributes 6 points on 35% three-point shooting. The 6'8 sophomore owns 3 starts with a 14-point high-water mark. While Brown returns for his junior season, the 6'8 junior is VU's top shot blocker with 20 and totes modest offensive totals. Brown chucks them up at just 36% from the foul line. Fast facts. Last season was VU's first ever 20-loss campaign. The Cats have dominated this series, winning 81 of the 95 matchups in Lexington, including the past 10. And this is the first of 2 regular season matchups between Kentucky and Vanderbilt, with a return engagement in Nashville later this month. And this date in Vandy basketball history, January 12, 2000, Commodore forward Dan Lange with a 31-point effort in Knoxville as the Doors down the ball 76-73. Lange would conclude the 2000 season as SEC Player of the Year. It's the Cats and the Doors on Saturday Night Live on the SEC Network. For today's Opposition Research and the Leach Report, I'm Chris LaBar.